Welcome to today's interview segment. I am with the Director General of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry in the person of Victoria Akai. We will be looking at the place of commerce and agriculture. As you do know, there hardly is any field of human endeavor that agriculture does not play a role in. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us this day.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, you share, your thoughts with us about what is the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry all about?
Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry is a member-funded private sector organization. We're established to protect the interest of the business community within Abuja and within Nigeria. So for the privileged position of being in Abuja, we protect the interest of businesses through advocacies, through opening of business access, market access, and of course, because government is here, we impact businesses all around Nigeria.
All right. As it were, share your thoughts with us. Abuja may not be that an agrarian, society, but that is not to say, agricultural activities don't take place. Where and how does the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry play a role as far as agriculture is concerned?
Yes, Abuja is not known as an agrarian society, but there's a lot of agriculture going on in Abuja. The municipal councils have a lot of farmers,
Right.
but in modern days, do we really need the big farms as such? You can farm anywhere. So we support our farmers with real-time information about agriculture. We help them with market access. We source trainings and capacity building that relates to agriculture and the products that they are into. We support them with discounts when we're having trade fairs and expos. We, particularly our women, we support them with trainings to help them package their products properly, to have energy efficient agriculture, to also bring them up to speed with the digitalization of markets and production.
All right. I got interested when you talked about access to markets. When we talk about this accessibility, are we looking within or without? What I mean is, are we looking at just within Nigeria or also access to markets overseas?
Both.
Okay.
So, we have to create a platform for agro businesses to be able to interact in Abuja because it's central. And then we open market access for them within and outside Nigeria. So our interactions with the embassies, with international agencies, with international donor agencies as well, interested buyers, local and international, is basically our core responsibility to the agri sector.
And can we say that is in any way truly contributing to food security, as it were?
It is. First, we know the challenges that agri has faced in Nigeria. We know the issue of the farmers and the herders. We know the issues around weather. Climate change has also significantly affected agriculture. What we do is to provide real-time contemporary solutions to these issues. Of course, what can you do? We seek capacity building. We seek modern agricultural techniques that can help them to improve farming and then thereby providing food for the nation.
All right, this is getting interesting because I want to find out from you, is this at an individual, cooperative, community level? How can one access some of these services that you provide?
So ACCI has different categories of memberships and partnership. We have partnerships with cooperatives. We have cooperatives that are members of ACCI, and we have individuals, both small and large scale industries that are members of ACCI. So what we do is we target our interventions to specific needs. Most of our interventions are demand driven. We have smaller trainings for SMEs. We have bigger trainings for cooperatives, and we have other interventions. We could, for instance, for our trade fair, We provide pavilions for cooperatives, for women, and individuals as well.
All right.
Yeah.
You did make mention of technological interventions too as well, as it relates to farmers. How can you say this is often received on the part of our farmers?
In the past, it used to be difficult to get the farmers to accept, or to get agro producers actually in Nigeria and maybe even in Africa, to accept new production techniques. But now it's much different.
Okay.
Yes, it's much different. Now you have a lot of women having pockets of hydroponic farms. That's the soilless farming.
That's right.
We have a lot of women coming to seek digital market access. So in addition to the trainings that we provide for them, we also provide access to some digital platforms that sell agricultural products. We have a partnership with JICA and WADHI. JICA is the Japanese International Corporation.
That's right.
And then WADHI is a women's group. What we have done is to set up a training center to help women who are into agro production be able to manage their products, manage their accounting, gain market access, and also gain real-time information about the products that they are selling, and about their business generally.
Can we see the ACCI is serving as a vanguard through or for that reason?
For mechanized agriculture, we can provide information for you. We can provide access to whatever equipment that you require, but we're not into providing the equipment themselves. Right. Of course, we've had a few donor agencies that have spoken to us about providing machines to some specific, for the production of some specific agricultural products, but we have not really, brought in machines, but we provide market access. So when our members or our partners require maybe machines from other countries, I'm not going to call the name of any country, we we open that market access. Market access is a very strong point that ACCI has, because we have partnerships with a lot of countries. There's hardly any country that I would say we do not have access to their market through their chambers of commerce, through their embassies, in fact, through the World Chambers Congress, and of course through NASIMA, when you talk about local access.
How best can we truly squeeze people out of their cocoons to come and know that, listen, there's great business here, all you need to do is come take advantage of seeing?
We will just have to continue seeking new ways of advocacy. I would agree with you that taking up new technology and new systems is not easy, especially in this part of the world. But Abuja is not doing quite badly with that, because Abuja is metropolitan. But when you go into the states and the local governments, yes, the challenge is there. It's not as bad as it used to be in the past, but the challenge is there. We still need to collaborate with the agricultural sector, with governments, with the cooperatives to do better.
How can you say synergy is between what goes on in Abuja, being the seat of the federal government, and what goes on in the states, agricultural wise, through the effort of your agency?
Well, through the National Association of Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Mines and Agriculture, we share information, we share initiatives, and we share knowledge. So for the Chambers of Commerce, I don't think transmitting information is bad, but we still need to expand it to the other parts of the organized private sector. So there's still a lot of work to be done there. I think we also need the media to help us a lot with this. I don't think that we have leveraged media enough. And the media has not really been involved in chamber business. They just carry news. But being involved in chamber business is like what you are doing. Have media that is focused on some specific sectors and making sure that those sectors are improved.
I would also want to find out from you, 70% of our food providers, as far as Africa is concerned, I make bold to say that, are the rural populace. Now, for the rural man out there, do you think, and how best, in your opinion, can the message get to him?
So we have to leverage communication technology platforms, actually. ICT. This is the best and the quickest way we can reach the rural populace. It's working in other countries. It has worked in China. There are very excellent models that we can copy.
Even
we don't
in some
need to.
African countries, I've seen
Yes,
that.
it has worked in Kenya.
Yes.
East Africa, in fact, I think is doing very well with ICT,
right.
with reaching the masses with ICT.
Well, I have noticed too in your earlier remarks, you're very centrist when it comes to women, women, women. Maybe you can throw more light on that.
Well, I'm a woman.
All right.
We've supported women a lot at the chamber, but we have more men in the chamber. Men benefit more from the Chamber of Commerce. If you remember, we had the rice pyramids in the chamber. We are collaborating with some of the biggest agro cooperatives in Nigeria, and these agro cooperatives are mainly populated by men. So it's men benefit more from the Chamber of Commerce actually, but the women are coming up.
The youths too. We can
and young persons.
And young persons.
Yes,
we
so
can't afford to forget them.
Yes, we can't afford to forget them. We have a young CEOs club, and that's a membership category in the chamber, and it's doing very well. It's growing. Young persons seem to be paying more attention to chamber business. That is quite encouraging. It's a deviation from the past, and yeah, so women, young persons, disabled persons, we pay attention to these people in the chamber.
Well, with that, I will want to bring this interview to a close. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. As it were, we have been looking at the role the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry is playing in the life of agriculture as a subsector of our economy.